Lost Culture, your one-stop destination for everything pop culture. My name is Aston, and today we're here with another episode of Lost Movie News for November 14th. Now today we definitely got to talk about the box office. Let's talk about it. Doctor Strange once again coming in at number one. 43 million, I think I had like a 50% drop off. That's really good for a movie into its second week. That's what we normally see. We see it made, like I said, Doctor Strange made 43 million. We seen Trolls make 35 million for the number 2 position. We seen Arrival come in at number 3 at 24 million. I cannot stress how good this movie is. Like, I understand, I never expected it to make Doctor Strange money, but hopefully this, and it's sad because this movie isn't going to be number 1 next week. Even with like Doctor Strange going into his 3rd week, Trolls going into his 3rd week, this movie has no chance of being number 1. I'm predicting Fantastic Beasts is going to be number 1 next weekend, but this week, like, oh my God, like, Arrival is going to be on the top 10 for a while. I'm definitely going to say they're going to be up there for a while. Arrival is an amazing movie. You need to go check that out. A lot of people are saying movie of the year, and I can't lie. I literally enjoyed Arrival. It might be number 1 of the year. It definitely is one of my favorite movies. And I was walking out like, this might be my favorite movie of the year. And I was walking out like, oh, this is a great movie to go check out. Arrival, if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. Please support it. Everyone's asking for more original movies in the media nowadays. And we've got one. No, it's not your regular alien invasion film at all. It's an amazing film. It's very cerebral. So it's a great film. I can't stress it enough. This is a great film you should go check out. Now, Almost Christmas, we see that's pulling in 15.5 for the number 4 spot. And to round off the top 5, we got Hacksaw Ridge bringing in 10.7. Now, I still haven't had a chance to go see the movie. I was really excited about it coming out. I've just been really busy with everything going on with my schedule. But I'll probably try to check this out throughout the week, sometime throughout the week. We got The Accountant. The Accountant bringing in 4.5 for the 6th position. We got The Shut-In, another new movie this week, bringing in 3.7. Now, I haven't seen this movie yet. My only issue with this movie, I feel like it missed the mark. I think Shut-In should have came in more of the holiday season. Guess it made 3.7 in this first weekend. I feel like it would have came out more closer to Halloween. It would have did a much better job. I feel like this would have been one of those movies that would have been great for Halloween season. As soon as I seen the trailers, I'm like, why are you coming out? Was it the 8th? So like a week. So why did you come out 2 weeks after Halloween? Like, it didn't make sense. Like, it definitely didn't make sense for this movie to come out on the 8th or whatever day it came out. It just didn't make sense. I think it came out on the 10th. But it does not make sense for this movie to come out this late. It should have definitely came out on Halloween or Halloween week. It would have made a lot more money. Yeah. So, coming in on the number 7 spot is Boo! A Madea Halloween. This is bringing in 3.5. We got Jack the Reacher bringing in 3.3. And we got Inferno bringing in 3 the round off the top 10 at 3.2. Now, this is our, like I said, this is our top 10 for the box office over the weekend. Trolls, I expected to be number 2. Doctor Strange, I expected to be up there. I feel like Trolls and Arrival was going to be a lot closer, though. I had a big expectation for this film. I know a lot of people I know and I talked to actually had like big expectations for Arrival. And maybe I feel like maybe people who was worried about that, who was expecting this film, didn't have a chance to go see it out this weekend. I do think Arrival is going to be on the top 5, in the top 5 again next weekend. It might be 3rd again. I feel like Trolls is definitely going to drop below Arrival. Doctor Strange, it's going to be probably number 2. Fantastic Beasts is coming out. Fantastic Beasts is top 2. I'm calling that right now. Fantastic Beasts is top 2. I don't know if it's going to be Strange and Beast or Beast and Strange. That's definitely the top 2. Arrival is going to be number 3 though. I'm giving that one for sure. Now, like I said, Arrival is a great movie we need to go see. We see it counting the period piece. It's doing pretty good. Like I said, Shut-In, I feel should have came in at a better time. Reacher isn't doing as good as the first one. It's definitely not doing as good as the first one. Inferno, we see going on from the Da Vinci Code to Inferno, these films have definitely dropped in return. Like this, I think this was the end of the trilogy, but these, please don't make a 4th one. Please don't. Please don't. As you see your returns, they see the returns are getting smaller and smaller each year. Not each year, but with each installment. Just don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. That's really all we have for the box office. Now moving on to a DreamWorks film. Now a lot of people probably don't remember this film, The CROODS. The CROODS was definitely, it made enough money, and it wasn't the best movie by far, but it made enough money to earn a sequel. Like it was reasonable to get a sequel. Now going on from there, going on with this new way that we consume media, I did realize that the CROODS, what was the one with the slug? Turbo? Yeah, the CROODS and Turbo, they both have a new life on Netflix. Even though they both made a lot of money inside the movie theaters and the box office, we see once they move on to Netflix, even like Home, all these films have now these knockoffs. Not even, I don't want to say knockoffs. They just have these films that live on Netflix. They have their television series that live on Netflix. So we have the CROODS, and a lot of people are like, oh, when they announced the CROODS, like why? It definitely warranted a sequel from the money it made, but these films, like once they hit Netflix, once they hit that TV show, these films live on. I think they have like 2 seasons already on Netflix. We got Turbo with his own TV series. We got Home with his own TV series. And these films, maybe not been the best the films themselves, but on Netflix, they're children's film anyway. So once they move on to Netflix, they got a whole new lifestyle, a whole new life. They moved into Netflix. And I feel like this is going to be even more popular with animations as they come on. I don't know if it's just not a Warner Brothers, but a DreamWorks model they have is to release these animation films and then try to get it onto Netflix and spin off the TV series to get these IPs to last a little bit longer instead of just last for the period they come out in. But we do see these films once they land, they do normally go over to Netflix, and they end up having a whole new kind of life with them. And I like really seeing. Honestly, I do like seeing that model with the film out, and then do a nice little spin-off TV series with it. And obviously, it's not costing them money, but making them a great amount of money just to put these shows on Netflix. To get the IP, to sell the IPs and everything, to keep the IPs fresh. So if they ever decide to return back to these movies, they have a whole new audience that they've been bringing with them for the last couple of years. They can build their audience with the Netflix and everything. And I know this is called more like Lost Movie News, and I'm talking about Netflix right now, but it makes sense, especially with the CROODS, that this film has been canceled. Like I said, it has a whole new life on Netflix. The original film wasn't that big. It was a big hit as far as financially, but as far as critically, it just wasn't received well. Now, there's not really too much to say about that after going on. It really doesn't really need a sequel. It's going to disappear. They announced it, and then we never heard anything else about it. And I'm not really sad about it. Like I said, I've actually seen this film. It was an okay film. I wasn't really excited about a sequel. Like I said, I've noticed as far as DreamWorks, they've definitely been having this new model where we release films inside the theaters, and then from there we spin them out to the little TV shows. which is obviously it's working out fine with them. I like seeing that, and it's good that it's working. Now, going on from the CROODS, we got Kong Skull Island. So Kong Skull Island is actually teasing a new trailer. We just had the international trailer come out. Well, a trailer with Samuel Jackson. We actually got to see a look at Kong, our first look at Kong. And now they're already teasing another trailer. I don't really like this method of teasing trailers. I honestly don't like it. I think The Matrix started this. Like, what is the point of making a trailer to the trailer? Like, just give us the trailer. You're gonna release it. Don't say anything about it. Just like maybe just do a little blog, not a little blog, but just put out a little message like, hey, our trailer is coming out such and such date. What is the point of buying airtime to to let people know that you bought more airtime? So you're gonna spend money to promote a trailer? Like, yeah, I'm saying, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. Obviously, it's working if people are doing it, so I can't really argue in that round. But I just mean, like, if you're going to do it, just release a trailer. There's no point of, hey, we're not going to do, hey, the trailer's coming in 2 days. The trailer's coming in 1 day. Like, just let's put out one memo. Hey, the trailer will be here on this date. We don't need to have a. But as far as the last trailer, we just came out a couple days ago. It was great. Like, I actually enjoyed it. We got to see Samuel Jackson in action. We got to see Tom Hiddleston. He don't really do much, and I don't even think he speaks in the trailer. But we get to see Kong. We get to see what else happened in the trailer. I don't even really remember everything that happened in the trailer, but I do remember the trailer actually getting me more excited to go check out this round. Obviously, it wasn't that memorable if I can't remember, but then I have so much stuff going on that it's hard to keep up to date, keep up the memories with everything that I do. Now, going on from there, we got Fantastic Beasts news. This movie hasn't hit the movie theaters yet, and yet we still can't stop talking about it. It's already planned for 5 sequels. We got J.K. Rowling speaking. We got David Yates speaking. We got Redfern speaking. And what can I say? We see David Yates is like this. I'm super excited for this film. I haven't had a chance to see it yet. But as far as that go, Fantastic Beasts looks amazing. We got David Yates speaking. He's letting everyone know that he's actually going to direct all 5. I know some people have issues with this, like the Rainy effect. When you see when we see what was it, Spider-Man series, we see he's did all 3 Spider-Mans. By the time the 3rd Spider-Man, it was just. A lot of people think they get get less creative as like you work on one film not one film, but just one trilogy and one IP. When you work on one IP alone, it kind of distracts you. You're not really getting fresh ideas in. So I like when I see directors go do one film in the trilogy or something like that in the trilogy. Then go out and do like a real smaller film. Even like Shia LaBeouf, when he was doing his Transformers trilogy, we see, oh, I'm gonna do my big blockbuster this year, and then I'm gonna do my small little indie film or my smaller film, Domestica, Eagle Eye. We see he's doing all his films in between his big blockbuster, so you see he can actually stretch his legs out and just work on more than just one character to keep that muscle stretched out. Like when you just get blocked into one character or a set of characters, it kind of like it gets kind of stiff and stale. And that's not what we really want with our film franchises. We actually want them to feel fresh every time we revisit them. And that's one thing I hope doesn't happen with David Yates. You know, he's sticking on to. He says for right now he's actually booked to write all 5, but direct all 5. Hopefully they turn out great. I'm excited for the first one. You hear a lot of things going on. We got Grindelwald. We got Mission to Dumbledore. And when I'm talking about Dumbledore, like I said, is confirmed for number 2 already. We already know he's going to have some run-ins with the Newt Commander. And it's going to be amazing to see how that turned out. But the reason Dumbledore is being brought up today is because everyone's questioning Dumbledore's sexuality. A few years back, J.K. Rowling actually announced that to her, Dumbledore was gay. He had actually a homosexual lifestyle, which I don't have a problem with at all. But that's where she stood at with Dumbledore. Now a lot of people are asking, is Dumbledore going to be out? Is he going to be secret? Is it even going to be mentioned in the films that Dumbledore was not a straight male? And I don't really see why it's that big of a deal. Maybe just for inclusion, like definitely with what's going on right now, especially in America. I feel like inclusion would be best. And I think it'd be amazing to see Dumbledore in there. His sexuality, it doesn't affect me one way or another. That might be also because I am a straight male. So like me, I see straight males on the TV or in theaters and everything that I identify with all the time. So I don't want to see like in sense like, oh, it doesn't matter if he's like, I don't want to see that. But as far as me, I know I identify with straight males all the time on the big screen. So I feel like for other individuals, Dumbledore, I still enjoy Dumbledore. I don't look at him even any different, even though they call him, they're saying he's actually homosexual. I still feel like he was a great wizard. I feel like he was a great character. I still attached to Dumbledore. And I think it would be great for individuals to have these type of representation, not only in film or on TV and everything, because regardless of his sexuality, a lot of individuals like Dumbledore. Dumbledore is one of those characters that has left a mark on many individuals. So if they can bring in the fact that he is homosexual, then it'd be great to bring in just to show like I said, the inclusion factor, the representation for a different group of people. And I think that's a great thing. Like in the future, we can bring it in, bring it all in, tie the story in. I don't want it to take away from the story though, or take away from the character. That's one thing I don't want it to do. I don't want it to be a major focus, because in the Harry Potter films, it was not a focus at all. His sexuality was never a focus. It was just him mentoring this young kid, or bringing this young male of age, mentoring him, helping him find his way in his world. So I'm hoping he's not going to be that Dumbledore that we're used to. He's going to probably be a more charismatic, a lot younger. So it makes sense to see how all his trial and error that got him to the Dumbledore that we actually know and love today. So I'm saying go ahead and do it. I'm all for it. I don't have any issues with it. And with that going on, with more J.K. Rowling news, J.K. Rowling came out and said a lot of rumors were coming out saying that Fantastic Beasts 2 is actually going to pick up 48 hours after the first Fantastic Beasts. So that's 2 days for you mathematically challenged folks out there. And she came out and blatantly just said that's not true. It is going to pick up pretty close, but it's not going to be 2 days. It's probably going to be a little time spread out in between there. And that's great. Like, that's to see, because you don't want to just pick up right after the first film, just so you can see, it gives you more room to breathe. And you can show how the temperature of the world has evolved from the effects of the first film. So we can go right from the first film into the second film, and you'll be like, oh, this is how these events actually affected the world from the first film. So I think it'd be great to actually give a little bit of time and let the world actually breathe and develop from the incident that just happened in the first film. Now, I like seeing J.K. Rowling just come out and just shut down rumors and everything. I like how interactive she is with her fans. I enjoy J.K. Rowling writing. Only writing I actually read of her is the Harry Potter books, so I can't even answer the question if she wrote other books or anything. But I honestly enjoy it. I'm hoping and excited to see these next 5 films. I hope David Yates doesn't get burnt out from doing these films. And I hope he just finds a way to put a fresh twist on every film. Going on from there, we got some MPAA guidelines. Now, we see the court just overruled a rule where they were trying to get smoking in films to turn into an automatically R-rated film, which I think is ridiculous because once we did smoking, obviously we would have to do drinking. Like, this is a slippery slope here. Smoking is legal, so there's no, I don't think it should be broadcast all over like children's films. I remember when I was younger, when I watched like the Dalmatian films, there was smoking. I remember Cruella de Vil smoked everywhere. There was drinking in our kid films. There was definitely, like I said, smoking everywhere. So, do I think they should take it? Do I think they should be cautious of what they put into children's films? Yes. Do I think smoking should make it an automatic R movie? No. Teens smoke. There's films you can do where like 17-year-old, 18-year-old, even like just honestly, I smoked a cigarette before I was 18. Do I still smoke today? No. Did I enjoy smoking? No. Did I experiment? Yes. It's not that big of a deal. I feel like it's okay. Like, that's like, I don't smoke. I don't look at anyone else differently. But as far as smoking goes, I don't think it should be just jam-packed all over kid films. But as far as if it is for a character, it helps develop a character and everything. Like, I'm all about the character development. So if this is a character that happens to smoke, that should not make one film completely R-rated just because a guy came on, smoked a cigarette, and you're like, ugh. Because these drugs are legal, and I can see if it's something a little bit harder. Like, I don't even think, first of all, the MPAA, I feel like it's kind of harsh already. I don't think the F word is enough to actually warrant for like R rating, because you have nudity, you have cursing, all the violence that goes on. It's just ridiculous. And we seen with X-Men, Days of Future Past, we have Wolverine basically naked. But when it comes to a woman naked, the films are automatically R. I don't understand why these guidelines are so strict like this, but definitely when it comes to violence, you can get away with all this violence. You can do whatever you want to. You can get away with so much violence. But lo and behold, you smoke a cigarette, they want it to be R, or you show any nudity, they want it to be R. This is ridiculous. I feel like this is a win because it's just a slippery slope. If you do smoking, then you have to do drinking. Then from there, it's going to be, oh, he popped his medication. We got to get those. It's just ridiculous. And I'm glad that this was just struck down, and we can continue to make, like, hopefully making films better. So going on from there, we got an announcement that Jurassic World 2 is going to start filming in March. I'm don't remember the date they're actually shooting for actual release, theater release, but we see there's things are ramping up. They just announced last week that who the writers were, who's all returning, what new characters they're trying to get in, what new actors they're trying to get in, and now we already have a start date. So production must be really far if they can just jump in on March. It's only like 3 months or 4 months away. And I'm hoping they're not rushing this film too much because, like I said, they haven't even, they announced the writers. So maybe they must already had the writers for a while and they're just announcing us, letting us know what's going on, because production had to be like, they knew they were going to do a Jurassic World 2. So they definitely have been in production since the end of the original one. So I don't want to say like, oh, they're rushing this film, because they've definitely been on production this whole time. Even they haven't announced it, they've definitely been in pre-production and working on things to get everything ready for the next film. Now, going on from there to our final topic of the day, the new Ghost in the Shell trailer. What can I say? I enjoyed it. Like, I've heard of the anime. I never had a chance to actually check out the anime, but this trailer I truly enjoyed. I love seeing Scarlett Johansson just run on the walls and everything. I like how they gave us a little bit of the story about how to save her, they had to put her into this body. They never really explained what she is. Kind of gave me like a RoboCop vibe, but going on from there to all these other robots in the world, the way she's like running, like I'm like a real, I don't know what it is. I saw her running down the wall, and then she came in vertically or horizontally into the window. Like how did she go from vertically to horizontally without? So that's like the only issue I really had with the trailer. But besides that, I think this trailer was great. I enjoyed it, and it was worth it. Like, it definitely rose excitement for the film, I believe. It doesn't really take anything away. It doesn't give me any worries. I like seeing Scarlett Johansson do her thing. Like Scarlett Johansson is proving that that she can open a film, she can carry a film, that she's an action star. She is doing her thing. I think she's doing great. And I said that was my last topic of the day, but you go to the show, it's not the last topic of the day. The last topic of the day is going to be Jeremy Renner. So Jeremy Renner, we just see him this week in Arrival, and he has some choices to make. He's either going to be in Mission Impossible 6 or he's going to be in Avengers, Infinity War. Now, for me, that's an easy choice. I definitely would pick Avengers. I don't know what his contract's looking like. I don't know which one he's actually getting paid more money for, but I would think he would see, especially with the way the Mission Impossible franchise is going. It was at one point we remember when they were talking about handing over the reins of Mission Impossible to Jeremy Renner. And then, lo and behold, Tom Cruise just decided that, oh, you know what? I'm gonna stay on the film. I'm gonna do like this is my baby. This is my child, and it was taken on to the next level. And we've seen that these films have been getting better. They're great films. They've been improving drastically. They drastically improve with each film. I can't say drastically, but they do improve each film because these movies are pretty good. So it's not really too much further to go up with, but these movies are improving. So I don't know. I don't know if are they still talking about giving the series over to Jeremy? I don't know. Like I really don't know what he's definitely going to be in Infinity Wars. I'm not even questioning about that. The question is he going to be in Mission Impossible? That is the question. And I don't think he really, if they're not handing over the rings to him, he doesn't really need to be in it. There's no reason for him to make it more complicated than that. But if he's on a contract, yes, they're going to try to figure out some way to, if Mission Impossible really wants him, they're going to find some way to get him into their film if they really want him. But besides that, he's definitely going to be in Infinity Wars. He would be, I think it would be a lost opportunity financially, even career-wise. Like I said, this is the issue right here. Do you leave the Infinity Wars and, or do you do Infinity Wars and maybe lose the chance of having your own franchise? We see he's supposed to have 2 franchises and he lost both of them. We see he had the spinoff of the Bourne Identity, which didn't turn out too well, and then we seen they tried to give him the Mission Impossible, but Tom Cruise decided to come back. So, are they giving it to him now? That's the question. Like Tom Cruise is getting up in age and need to pass it on to someone. They're going to keep on doing it. So, does he lose out on his own franchise just to be for a payday, or does he lose a big payday for maybe a chance to get his own franchise? I don't know. You guys take to the comment section. Let me know. Make sure you let me know what you guys think on it. I'm pretty good at replying. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you want to check up with us on social media, all of our social media handles is definitely in the description box. And as always, stay lost.